Put your finger on the trigger. You can't do what I do no matter how much I train you. You're just not a killer, Charlie.
And I really want to start with congrats on the movie. I thought you both did such a great job.
Thank you.
So one of the things is I love seeing movies in movie theaters, and I really want to make sure people, go to movies in movie theaters. So for both of you, do you have a favorite movie theater?
Oh, God, yes. The Ziegfeld Theater here in New York City.
Did it close?
I don't know, but it may be closed. I don't know.
I think it actually might have
think
closed
it might be
recently.
closed?
Yeah.
Recently. So it's recent.
Yeah,
That's why I didn't know.
Yeah.
But my two favorite theaters in the country were the 70 millimeter theaters, which was the Cinerama Dome in Los Angeles and the Ziegfeld here in New York.
I think I'm going to make you sad with the Ziegfeld.
All right.
Yeah. Cinerama Dome's still alive, but not really. And when it reopens, hopefully next year.
Hopefully next year. I feel like that's going to come back. And if that comes back, there's reason to think that the Ziegfeld will come back.
I'm hoping you're right.
I remember doing the Master with Paul Thomas Anderson, and we did a tour of 70 millimeter theaters, cinemas all over the country, and those blew my mind. But as a kid, going to the Laemmle theaters. Do you know the Laemmle theaters? Are they outside of Los Angeles?
I don't know if Laemmle is still alive. I think they might have been absorbed by Landmark and others.
You're killing me.
But the theaters are open.
Yeah.
They're just not Laemmle.
Right.
Right.
But that was it. It was the art house movie, and I remember going on a Tuesday where you could get a discount ticket, and I'd age myself with the price, but you could be, they would stay open even if there were just 5 people watching a movie, and you'd feel like you were getting this private screening for such a nominal amount of money. Yeah, there's nothing like going to the cinema, and we made sure that this had to be one of those films that you couldn't just, wait till it got to streaming. It's not that.
Listen, I fully agree. And I also think all the international locations, there's so much, like the cinematography, I could keep going. It's a movie meant to be seen in a movie theater. But let's move on. For both of you, I know both of you are offered a number of scripts. What was it for each of you about this one that said, oh, yes, I need to do this?
Well, for me, it was Rami. Just plain and simple. And it was a great script as well. So.
I thought to myself, what is that thing that I haven't done? After it was, I watched Daniel and Bond, and I kept, I don't like to be in my trailer when I'm on set. So I would watch DC riding his bike from the trail, racing over there, getting out and doing all the things that, an action hero does.
Sure.
And I thought, how do I get myself in that position? It's not going to be playing Bond, not after playing a villain.
No,
you have to be
not.
British to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pull things off like Tom Cruise. He's the ultimate. I thought, here is something called The Amateur. It came from a studio, and Hutch Parker and Dan Wilson, and I just gravitated to the story of the guy you least expect to be thrust into a position where he has to avenge the loss of a person he loves the most and go extraordinarily outside of his element and he's propelled into situations that a average, normal human being has to deal with. And it is something I'd never seen before. And I thought it deserved galvanizing an actor of this caliber and others to essentially put on the big screen and share with the world.
One of the things that I really enjoyed about the film is often in a film like this, the character will kill someone, move on to the next thing. And what I really liked is how your character was dealing with the emotions and how he would, like, real emotions of after you kill someone, what you might go through. And so can you sort of talk about that aspect, that it doesn't gloss over the loss of life?
No, that was very important because, we've seen that over and over, and especially, it's a theme in films where you mow people down, and especially, sadly, a lot of, I don't know, I don't want to get into the depths and the weeds of all of this, but
Sure.
yes, there is a certain motif you see throughout these films that we've tried to fly against. This guy is grieving. There is a moment where he's seeking therapy. He doesn't know if it's coming from the CIA or if it's actually for his own mental health.
Right.
But you see the stages of grief, and we started to chart them throughout the film. James Hawes and I sat down. Like, where is he angry? Where is he
In denial. Where is he bargaining?
Yeah. How long does denial last?
Right.
When does he take things into his own hands?
Right. When does he get to acceptance and all of it?
Exactly.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and that was kind of a guide for us all the way through, and that made it feel authentic.
Last question for both of you. It's an individual. I am really excited for Nuremberg because I think that's going to be really good.
Yeah.
And if you could talk a little bit about it. And I obviously have to ask you, with Chad and Keanu announcing John Wick 5, have they called you or texted you about that? And part 2 is, what can you tease about The Witcher? Because I'm very excited about that.
So I haven't heard from Keanu and Chad about John Wick 5, but I'm sure I will. And The Witcher, folks are going to have to just be patient with us. We're starting season 5 now.
Okay. Have you started filming?
I will start when I leave here today. I go and I start filming.
Got it.
Oh my God. I didn't know that. That's why we're not having dinner.
Why we're not
today.
having dinner.
Nuremberg.
Nuremberg, I read a book called The Nazi and the Psychiatrist, and I thought, has this story ever been told? And in fact, there was a script by Jamie Vanderbilt, who's written Zodiac, among a number of others.
Oh, wicked.
He's an incredible writer.
Whoa.
It's like, I hope he takes this as a compliment, but it's Sorkin style writing.
Okay, nice. Yeah, Sorkin.
And so you'd think it's about the Nuremberg trials, which it is. There's a courtroom drama element to it, as you see in A Few Good Men. But the relationship between a psychiatrist and having to discover if the Nazis after World War II are compos mentis and fit to be put on trial is fascinating. But it's also built like a thriller. It's got moments where you find yourself laughing and you're like, I cannot believe I'm laughing in this genre.
Okay.
It's all of those things. It's got Russell Crowe in it in a role. I haven't seen a performance like that from, I mean, no shade, but he's on a different level.
Wow.
Michael Shannon's in it.
Oh, Michael Shannon?
The cast is, it's like this cast. Everybody,
Okay.
you're like, bang, bang, bang.
Nice.
I got to stop. I'm just going to say congrats. This movie, I
Thank you.
really enjoyed this. I hope
So
you guys
glad you enjoyed it,
enjoy the
man.
rest of your speed dating.